Hi, my name is Neil. I'm one of the trainers with Dog Training Elite, and I wanted to go over the e-collars with you today, how we train with them, the way that we use them, how they function, and all that kind of stuff. First of all, a lot of people classify these as a shock collar. They're really not. First of all, they vibrate like your cell phone on vibrate. And the stimulation is out of a TENS unit, so this is not a taser. It's not putting your finger in an outlet. It makes your muscles flex just like a TENS unit. And the way that we use them, the key to this is we do not use them punitively. Our job as the dog trainer is to teach and train the dog what to do, and then we condition with the collar. Ultimately, we want the collar to go away and the training and the commands to stay, and that's the key to it. Where most people misuse them is they only use the collar if the dog's not listening. And while that works in the short term, dogs learn very quickly that they only have to listen if the collar's on. We want to get to the point where they mind and behave because of training, because of a command that was given like sit or come, not because they're worried they're going to get shocked with the collar. We use the Dogtra collars for several reasons, one of which is they're very adjustable. They have over 127 settings. So what we do is we start working with the dog and we find what we call their range, the level they need to be at to have their attention. And I mean attention like I'm tapping you on the shoulder, not punching you in the shoulder to get your attention. And as I said, the key to it is not using it punitively. When you do, when it's done properly, you have a dog that minds and listens, off leash, at a distance, with distraction, because we're building a conditioned response, very similar to Pavlov's dog, where he would feed the dog and ring a bell. And he found with time, at the sound of the bell, the dog began to drool or salivate. And he got to where he could remove the food and ring the bell and his dog would still drool. What I want to do is have the client's voice be that bell. And when they say sit, we click a button and we build a conditioned response. And then eventually the collar goes away and the training and the commands stay. So that's how we do it. What's nice about the Dogtra collars is they're waterproof. They have a half a mile or 3/4 mile range, depending on the model that you get. Easily turned on. There's a red dot on the collar here and another red dot on the back of the controller. I touch those together. The green light comes on and blinks every few seconds. The collar's now on. To turn on the controller, there's a little blue button here on the side. I push and hold that for 3 seconds, or 1 second to turn it on, 3 seconds, 2, 1 to turn it off, and it's off, 1 and we're back on. So very easy to turn on and off. The adjustment of the stimulation is here on the top with this knob. User-friendly, easy to get to and adjust with your thumb and forefinger while still being able to push the buttons on the collar. There's 127 total settings on this, so it's got a wide range, and that allows us to really fine-tune it for the dog and find exactly the setting they need to be at to have their attention. And once we've done that, then we can start building that conditioned response. That's why our clients' dogs are some of the best trained dogs on the whole block. And that's why we've had such success and have been able to duplicate the training process and the training program with all of our clients. There is a button on here called Pager that vibrates it. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's vibrating like your cell phone. The button that we press for training is called the Nick button, has sort of a bumpy, kind of a braille-like end there on the side. That's what we press for training. It's a measured pulse, it's 1/10 of a second. So no matter how I press it, it's always 1 tick, 1/10 of a second. And then beneath it is a constant stim. We don't train with that. The reason is consistency. A very important part of this training is consistency for the dog, that they're receiving the same level of stimulation for the same duration. And so due to human error, we cannot precisely press this exactly the same each time, so we don't use it. Dogtra has installed a safety where if this got pressed by accident, it will automatically cut the collar off after 12 seconds. So really user-friendly, can be a very effective tool when it's properly used. And as I said, to properly use it, we're not using it punitively. And the truth is, a pinch collar, a prong collar, a choke chain, those kind of tools are much more invasive than the e-collar when it's done, when it's trained with properly. They recharge like your cell phone. You've got plugs on the back. They plug right in there. Your clients can charge them up. They're ready to go the next day. They will hold a charge for a couple of days, and there is a battery display here on the collar that shows you what level the battery's at. So hope that answers some folks' questions on that. If it's done right, it is a very effective tool and a more humane tool than almost everything out there. Because even with treats, I've seen plenty of overweight dogs that were treat trained. So thank you for your time, and good luck dog training.